Welcome. We are at the end of another week, first week of our new month, and heading towards the full moon, which is on Sunday. I should have looked up what moon it is, but I'll put that in the comments. So what we're going to be doing today, this is our last in the series of gentle yoga, moving in a very nice and gentle, use that word again, another gentle flow using the traditional moon salutation. I'm going to change a few bits to make it a little less demanding in some areas. So very nice and flowy, gentle, and all the way through I'm going to be talking about maybe focusing on the moon and the light, so we're going to do that. And then at the end we're going to have a couple of yin postures. Traditionally the moon is said to generate a lot of energy, a lot of yang energy, which is the the rushing around and doing that kind of stuff. Hence the term lunacy. When there's a full moon, people going a bit crazy. So the idea is at the end I'm going to bring it down and we're going to do a couple of yin postures, finishing with just a little poem that I found. So hopefully just to cap that off nicely. So this is the kind of practice that you can do whenever there is around a full moon, and just an adaptation of the moon salutation. So when you're ready, we're going to jump straight in with our breath. So very much focusing on the breath throughout this practice. So if you can come into a seated position, if you're not already, into Sukhasana, easy pose. If you don't find this easy, as I said, as always, you can just take your feet out just a little bit apart or together, however, whatever you find is comfortable. And we're going to just take the hands onto the knees and we're just going to elongate up through the spine. Close your eyes and just take a couple of regular breaths. Just tune in with that breath now. Feel it filling up the whole of the body, giving you the oxygen, the energy to set you up for this moon flow. One more breath. Just open those eyes gently, and we're going to come onto all fours and do a short warm-up to get us ready as the flow is all standing. So we'll begin on our mats in tabletop position. Very, very familiar with all of you that have been following videos for a while. So we begin with inhaling up into cow pose and then exhaling down into cat. Really exaggerate every little bit of the movement and of the breath. Bring your focus and your attention to the way the body moves, to the way that the breath flows. One more. And then exhale into cat. Now we're going to push back into child. And then we're going to bring ourselves forward and slide into up dog. And then keeping the knees where they are, we're just going to go backwards and forward. So push back, stretch through from the fingers. And then coming forward, exhaling. Two more, inhale back I know a lot of you like this particular movement. It's really lovely for opening up through the shoulders. Both forward and back. Last one. Inhale back. And then exhale forward. And then come back to all fours. Let's bring our right toes forward. So we're on those train tracks. Slight gap between the front foot and the back knee. Eyes forward. Then when you're ready, we inhale, the arms up. Hold, feel the lovely stretch through the side body. We're not going to twist here because I'm introducing the twists into the moon salutation. Now you're going to take your hands behind you, interlink the fingers and just pull and open up through the chest. We're not doing a full back bend here, so you're really moving the shoulders back, shoulder blades come together. If you can just lift the hands off the bottom here. And then release. Come back down and then let's just rock gently backwards and forwards. We're not moving the foot, so wherever the foot is, so it doesn't matter, we're not really trying to straighten that front leg. Remember, we're just gently warming up, warming through the body here. One more back and forward. And then we swap around. So now we bring the left foot forward. And then inhale up. Finding the gaze, the focal point. Remembering to drop those shoulders. Play with your long lockdown hair. And then let's take the hands behind, interlink the fingers, and then bring the shoulders back. Slide those shoulder blades together. Bring the fingers, hands up from the bottom. If that is too much, you can just keep them rested. You won't get such a big stretch through the shoulders here. And then hands come back down to that front foot, and then we gently rock backwards and forwards 3 times. So that's 2. And last one. And then hands either side of that front foot. Tuck your back toe under, and then let's swing that right leg through and inhale, halfway lift. Head comes forward. Close to the wall there, I'll come back. And then release. Dangle forward like a rag doll. Just shake the body from side to side. And then we're going to do that again, hands to the knees. Head comes forward. And then back down. Dangle forward. Releasing that lower lumbar part of the spine. And then we're going to come up really slowly. Remember using our core. So really use your stomach muscles to pull yourself up, pressing down with those feet as we come all the way back up. Now you might feel, like I feel now, I need to take my spine in the opposite direction. So we're going to take the hands around the waist and you're going to push the hips out, take the shoulders back. Just take a very gentle back bend. We're not taking our neck back. And then slowly we're going to come back to center. So adjust your position. Get to the center of your mat. Do more things with your lockdown hair. And then when you're ready, I certainly don't have a haircut booked yet, I don't know who else does. When you're ready, we're gonna just come into Tadasana, and then we're gonna start our first round of the moon salutation. I'll keep an eye on the time here, just to make sure that we don't do too much so we have time for the, not that I'm going anywhere, but you know what I mean, for the relaxation at the end. So when you're ready, spread those toes, take your feet on the outer edge and the inner edge, and then just keep those toes lifted. Just feel that lovely sensation. We don't do a lot with our toes during the day. Think about your toes more often. Easier when we're in sandals, of course. And then re-spread the toes, and then tightening your knees, leveling your pelvis if you need to give that a little bit of a wiggle too, coming all the way up through the spine, bringing the shoulders up and round a couple of times, and then dropping them down. Let's take the palms out, face them forward, and just close your eyes. If you're comfortable with the eyes closed, if your balance is fine, close your eyes, and just if you can, visualize that lovely full moon, that white light, moon energy, harnessing a little bit of that as we are ready to begin. So release the hands down, bat the eyes open, and we're ready to start. So I shall talk this very slowly. It's a gentle flow. I'll point out any modifications, and we'll see how we go, see how many rounds that we're going to do. Okay, so when you're ready, inhale, hands up together. We're going to have a steeple grip with our fingers. Let's just take those feet a little bit further apart. Inhale, exhale to the right, and then come back, and then the same again. Inhale left, exhale back. Let's now float the hands down, and we're going to step the feet apart, and we're going to come into goddess pose. We're going to hold this here, making sure, remembering our knees are over our ankles. That bottom is tucked under nicely. And then when you're ready, hands come out to the side in our star pose. Now you're going to flip that right foot out. Left comes in slightly as we tilt the left side of the pelvis out, and we bring our right arm down. Left hand comes up, and we are in triangle trikonasana. If, as I often talk, if you don't want to have that arm up and you want to be up a bit higher, then that's fine. Again, hold this for another 1, 2, and 3. We're now going to take ourselves round, and we're coming into pyramid pose. Take your hands this time, take your hands onto your front of your shin. Hopefully your chest torso is level with the floor, parallel with the floor, should I say. And then when you're ready, we're going to take the hands down, untuck your back left leg, hear your bones cracking, and we're now in our low lunge. And then we're going to inhale the arms up, as we did in the warm-up, and this is where we're going to go into our twists. So just find that lovely stretch through again through the sides of the body, and then palms come together, left hand comes onto our right knee. Did I say left hand? I meant left elbow. And then left hand down beside right foot, and then again we can either take the hand to the side if it's where you want to go, or if you want to take the arm all the way up, twist to the side, and then slowly we come back. Bring your right hand inside your right foot. Now this is the trickiest bit of the whole thing, is that we want to do a low lunge. If you find that quite difficult, then keep your knee on the floor and just hold it here as if we were moving into lizard pose. Otherwise, if you can get into that side lunge, take the side lunge, and then we move through to center. So the feet are still slightly out. Now we're going to come into a squat. I'm going to add a little bit of extra twisting here. So I want you to take right hand across to left knee, take your left hand behind your waist and twist. Coming back to the other side, left hand on right shin or knee, wherever's comfortable, and then the right arm comes behind you. Coming back to center, we're now going to come all the way up and just see how, oops, that was my knee going, how you can come into your deep squat. Now that is quite, tell you why that's like that, I've been for a run this morning and my knees are still feeling a bit tweaky. So don't go down too far, as I went too far, and then come into your squat. And then come back up. Now we're going to turn around and come to the other side. Sorry, I came up too far. And we're going to take that side stretch here. Then of course we're ready to go around to the other side. Take our right knee down to the mat. Left foot forward. Then inhale up. Wiggle, wiggle, wobble there. Palms together. We take our right elbow onto our left knee. And then if you want to stretch away, take that right hand down, left hand up. Bring that hand down, and we're going to tuck that back toe under, coming up into pyramid pose. So tuck, back toe under. You want to shuffle that foot forward. So we're then resting our hands on our shin. Then we're going to come through into triangle pose. So that left hand, wherever you want to have it, wherever's comfortable, as we twist. And we turn. You might want to edge that other foot out. We're back into triangle. And then we push back as we flip those feet out. Star pose. Again, anytime you feel any extra you need any extra adjustment, just move those feet around, and then we bend our knees into goddess. Now you're going to take your right foot in, palms come together, and we go to the right, and we come back. To the left, and we come back, and then you float your arms all the way down. Ready to do exactly the same on the other side. So again, we're in Tadasana. Inhale the arms up. Steeple grip. And to the left. To the right. And back. Let's take that left foot out. Bend our knees. Slightly turn those toes out if you need to. And we're coming into goddess pose. I'm just going to shuffle to the middle of my mat. And then arms come out to the side as we then twist and come over through star pose and into triangle. going to turn yourself around as you just put your hands on that left shin, pyramid pose. And then we come down, untuck that back right knee, runner's lunge, inhale the arms up, palms come together, right elbow on left knee, looking over your shoulder. Right hand down, left arm up, or on your waist, where it's comfortable. Then you're going to bring that hand through so we're inside that left foot. And then coming through in our side lunge, so that right foot comes down, we hold it here. And then let's walk through centre as we flip those feet back out. Bend your knees, we're dangling forward. And then you're going to take that left arm round, right hand behind. Remember, we've got a bend in those knees there. Gentle twist, back through centre, from side to side, and then round to the other side, back through centre. And then we take the side lunge the other side, so twist that right foot round, left foot comes back, and then we're going to come all the way round, left knee down, back to our runner's lunge. Let's inhale up, palms together. I realise I forgot the squat, but never mind. Left elbow on right knee. And then left palm down, right arm up or behind. Take your hands down, tuck your left toes under and bring yourself up into pyramid pose. Trying to elongate through the crown of the head, and then we come up into triangle. I might need to take that back foot back a little bit. Again, never be afraid to adjust and then we're going to push all the way back up through star, and then goddess pose. We'll hold this for 1, 2, 3. Left foot comes in, palms come together. Inhale up, and then it's to the left and back, to the right and back. And let's gently float our arms all the way down to the sides of the body. So surprisingly, that was over 10 minutes, so that's brilliant. So that now leaves us time to move into the second and more relaxing part of the session. So we're just going to finish off by coming down onto the mat, and we're going to do a forward fold, wide leg forward fold, before we finally lay down. So let's take those legs out nice and wide. I have my block ready here, that's better for a change. Okay, I might not need it, I've just popped it there. Okay, so we're sat up nice and tall. And then when you're ready, we're going to creep the body forward, trying to get the head down towards the mat. Now, this is why I have my block. Can I get there? Just about. I can get my head onto the block. You can also, now I get that the famous cramping muscle. So you can do that, or you can just let the, just let your spine take you forward. But obviously, if you're resting your head, then you're taking the pressure off your neck. See if I can do it okay with that. Let me get a cramp again. No, I'm going to have to come up. If you do suffer from that cramp, it is a really weird muscle. I'll have to find out which muscle it is. It's all across the diaphragm. I never had it until I got pregnant, and it's one of those muscles that will just go into spasm. So the block wasn't a good idea. So what I'll do is just take myself forward but not go down too far so I don't put myself into any discomfort. So wherever you are, on your exhale, that's when you gently move yourself a little bit further into the forward fold stretch. Take one final breath. Slowly come up, and we're going to have to take the spine in the opposite direction. So take hands behind, and then let's take the shoulders back. You can take the shoulders back without taking your neck back. So the idea is we're trying to get those shoulder blades together. And then back to seated. Swing your legs in, and I'm now going to do my magic trick. And here we are to the second part of the practice, which is our yin and final relaxation. So what I would like you to do is to lay down onto your mat, and let's bring your knees up to your chest and give your spine a nice roll from side to side. Really see if you can work through all those stiff bits in the body. I've got one particular bit at the bottom of my left shoulder, which I don't know why it's always stiffer than anywhere else, and it really likes to be rolled on when we do this. Okay, so let's take our feet down to the mat. Palms are facing down. And then what I want you to do is to take your right foot and just rest it, your right ankle, rest it on your left knee. So you're opening up from your hip. Take one more breath. And then just gently swap over. So it's your left ankle on your right knee, and then we're moving, just opening up slightly from the hips. There's a really gentle little stretch, this one. Can also use this posture as a variation of bridge, but as we are now in the more laid back yin phase, we are just keeping ourselves firmly on the mat. Take a couple of more breaths here. And bring that right foot down. We're now going to do our side twist, so keep your feet where they are together, and we're going to take those knees off to the right. And then twist if you want, taking the head to the left. Again, be aware of your shape of the body on the mat, as if you could almost look at yourself from above. And now slowly let's move through to the other side. So legs to the left, head to the right. One more breath here. Then knees come back through centre, head comes back to the centre. Now it's entirely up to you how you want to finish. You can keep your knees here, just move the hands in. Particularly if you do suffer with lower back, so it's better you can have your knees up rather than to have the legs flat out. Or you can take your feet out into Shavasana, palms facing up. Or if you wanted another variation, as we're opening up through the hips, you can bring your feet together and splay the knees out to the side, so we're in supine butterfly. So I'll leave you just to settle in to one of those postures, because this is where we're going to finish. Just focus on your breath, and I have a little very short poem about the moon to read to you. So if you can all just focus on my voice. So this is a poem called Hymn to the Moon, and it was written by Mary Wortley Montague. She lived from 1689 to 1762. My little spiel here says that she was actually a remarkable woman. As well as her writing, she is also celebrated for introducing smallpox inoculation into Britain half a century before Edward Jenner developed a vaccine against the disease. And I thought that was quite pertinent given the situation we are in at the moment, with everyone trying to find a vaccine for COVID-19. So, the poem. Thou silver deity of secret night, direct my footsteps through the woodland shade. Thou conscious witness of unknown delight, the lover's guardian, the muse's aid. By thy pale beams I solitary rove, to thee my tender grief confide. Serenely sweet you glide the silent grove, my friend, my goddess, and my guide. So if you can just finish as we started by just trying to visualise the full moon in your mind's eye, the lovely white light. So gently bring yourself back into a sitting position. You might want to roll your head from side to side, have a big stretch, wiggle your fingers, and then roll yourselves over onto your right side. And then come back to where we began. Thank you again for watching the videos. I have to say that I do miss you all very much. I've not really been thinking about it a lot, but things are changing now. As I keep saying, people can go to the pub, they can go to restaurants, they can do all these things, but yoga is still on the not allowed list. We can do maybe sessions outside, which again I'm looking into, but I mean, in the meantime, I just miss our normal classes and everyone's smiling faces, and yeah, just generally the fun and laughter that we have, as well as the serious practice. So have an absolutely fantastic weekend, everybody, and I will see you on Monday, where we are focusing, our theme will be for the next week or so, we will be yoga warriors. So thank you again, and see you on Monday.